Guys,
Zen, what's it been like playing right tackle this spring after playing left tackle previously?
it's been interesting. It's been definitely a change, but it's been fun. You know, it's just a lot about rebuilding that muscle memory because, like, all I've ever really known is left tackle. I've never, kind of a later offensive line kind of guy, so, like, it's tough. But, I've gotten better every practice at it, so I have high hopes.
What are the biggest challenges when you are learning how to play the other side?
It's almost a completely different position at that point because I feel like talking to just other guys and guys in my unit, going from guard to guard, it's hard, but it's doable, center to guard or whatever, but tackle to tackle, it's like it's a completely different position. And, it's just learning everything again, you know what I mean, from the basics. So you train your mind to do it.
Why is it that tackle is a bigger transition than switching guard spots?
I feel like our offense puts a lot into our tackles. Like, we're responsible for a lot of things. You got to be able to be by yourself on an island or just do a lot of different stuff that Coach Day wants you to do. So I feel like that's why.
And you said you feel like you've gotten better with each practice. Like, how have you felt that? How's that kind of shown up in the field?
A lot of the stuff the first practice was kind of just like revisiting all the basics, getting your mind to like not have to think about, oh, I got to like step over this board right now, or like I got to do this in team now. It's more about just getting my mind back to that, but I'm getting used to it. I'm building that muscle memory, and I can definitely tell that it's coming back.
What were the conversations like when you were, I guess the coaches were trying to decide which side you played on? Because it seemed like this time last year you were making a little bit of move, playing sort of as a 2 on the left side, and now they're having you on the right side. Like, were you okay with the move, or is it whatever gets you on the field fast?
Hey, and whatever I'm, helping this team win, I'm cool with whatever. I enjoy it. I think it's fun. I kind of wanted to try regardless, so I'm just cool with it.
How much did you rep on the right side the first couple of years?
I've never taken a rep on the right side. This first spring, well, obviously I did a lot of drills over the off season, by myself or with Coach Fry or whatever, but like first spring practice was my first ever time anyway taking reps at right tackle.
You expected to be challenging for a job this spring.
Yeah.
When did they tell you that it's going to be on the right side?
It was early. It was really early. It was probably a couple weeks into winter workouts. Coach Fry just pulled me aside and was like, hey, we think this is going to be a better fit for you. We don't want to throw you into the fire at left tackle right now. Just kind of get you used to it. It's a little bit easier spot. I got the quarterback's vision help and stuff like that.
What do you think Josh can be the guy at left tackle?
Say that again?
What do you think Josh can be the guy at left tackle?
I love Josh. He's a veteran guy. He's a year older than me. He's got experience. He played a game last year. I respect him a lot. He's a great player. So I feel like Josh could definitely do that. Hold down the left tackle spot.
Just see the way that guys have been on the move from guard to tackle, vice versa. What is it like to see guys come through the door and get drafted high too?
Oh, it's really cool. Especially just the pro day yesterday was awesome. Seeing guys like Luke and Paris and just competing, because I remember when I got here my freshman year, they were like big brothers to me, and like just seeing them going from like their first year starting to now both going to be high draft picks. It's so cool.
What's the dynamic like between you and Tegra?
Oh, it's good. I'm Tegra's big brother. I just took his black stripe off, so I love Tegra. Just trying to helping each other grow. You know what I mean? Because he's going from right guard to right tackle, so he has to learn something new too. I got to learn a whole other side. So building it together.
What is it about the willingness at Ohio State to move positions? How is that pitched to you as a recruit coming in that you might have to take on the side that you've never played?
A lot of that, I feel like a lot of that wasn't talked about before recruiting. It's more about like you got to be here and see where you fit, see how you play, to really like make decisions like that. But I mean, like coming to a college like this, you have to expect to be able to play multiple positions. These guys are going to go down. Like if I can learn right tackle and we need a left tackle at some point, I can still play left tackle. You know what I mean? So I feel like it just gives a lot of guys versatility, and like it's definitely. I was totally fine with it.
How confident are you that you will be ready to be a starting right tackle come September?
I feel great. Paris, talking to Paris a lot last year, is one of my best friends. Just like he was in a similar position I was in last year. I mean, he was going from right guard to left tackle, which is obviously a harder transition, but he had also played left tackle his freshman year. But like last year, just seeing how Paris kind of battled through learning a new position, because it's hard. He's like, I'm learning a new position against Jack and JT, some of the best defensive linemen in the country. So a lot of it is just like patience. Like, you're not going to fix everything in one day. It's got to be bite-sized pieces. It's got to be like learning from mistakes, and you're just going to have a lot of mistakes.
How does it make you better going against those guys every day?
Just you're not going to see a lot better than that. I mean, like even last year, like coming in at the end of games, I'm like, dang, these other teams starters are not as good as our guys. You know what I mean? So like, it gives you a lot of confidence, because if I feel like I can do it at practice and I can do it in a controlled environment where like they know it's team pass and I'm still winning reps, then I'm going to be able to do it in a game.
Seems like Coach Fry is really willing to let you guys make those mistakes as you build. You say bite-sized pieces. How much does that mean to you guys? You're going to a new position. Tegra's going to a new position. Josh is switching to the left side. Like, seems like he's giving you guys a little bit of a runway to make those mistakes now. So September 2nd, you won't make them.
Yeah.
How much does that mean to you guys?
I feel like it means a lot because I feel like you kind of have to let that happen in certain areas because mistakes are going to come. And if you're a guy that is, I had trouble with this last year, but just dwelling on those mistakes, you're never going to, you know what I mean? You're never going to get past them. He's like, if I'm thinking about, oh my gosh, I messed this up last practice, and I get up to the line, I have that same play, that same rep, and I'm thinking about it, I'm going to mess it up again. You know what I mean? So like Coach Fry, kind of just giving that reinforcement and like being more lenient and letting us learn is like I said before, like these first couple practices, I feel like I've improved every practice so far, so I'm hoping just keep doing that with these mistakes.
Are you also expecting him at some point, like, all right, it's time to stop making those mistakes?
Yeah. And I mean, I'm expecting that for myself too. You know what I mean? Like I don't want to keep making mistakes, but it's something that I kind of just got to expect to happen right now. I'm learning just a new spot. It's hard.
I know you said you're willing to play wherever they need you to help win games. In an ideal world, would you prefer to still be at left tackle, or does it really not matter either side?
I mean, honestly, it doesn't really matter. Like, I feel like learning right tackle gives me a lot more versatility because, like, say Josh gets hurt, something happens, like I can totally play left tackle still, it's not a problem. So I feel like me learning both helps me, especially if I to go on to the next level, and just the team as a whole. We have, like, it just gives you an extra guy, I feel like.
I just feel like you hear about left tackles, like, assuming you have a right-handed quarterback, right tackle is still very important. I mean, like, does it? I don't want to say like a demotion, but like it's just not as talked about, I guess.
No,
you seem to be fine.
Left tackle is a hard fucking position. There's a lot of times, sorry, I didn't mean to curse there. There's a lot of times where like the smallest mistake and Kyle's looking that direction, not this way, the play, game, whatever is over. But getting a little bit more lenience on right tackle is definitely, I mean, I've already seen it a little bit in practice where like, ooh, he's starting to turn the edge a little bit more, he can step up, you know what I mean? And I didn't see it as a promotion. I kind of saw it more as like an opportunity. You know what I mean? Just like get myself used to both sides, and just it is a little bit easier, but it's definitely still a challenge. So I was excited about it. I was like, shoot, take a little bit of weight off my shoulders. I'm ready.
Is there any difference for you guys on left or right tackle, depending on which quarterback is back there? I mean, last year obviously CJ was the guy, but Devin and Kyle are a little different.
I mean, it's honestly hard to tell. Sometimes stuff's going on. I don't know who's back there. I'm really just focused on winning my rep or trying to, you know what I mean? So then I'll look back and go, oh, nice ball, Kyle. Like, I didn't even know you were back there. You know what I mean? So, I don't think there's much of a difference.
Jen, have you found yourself feeling like you belong?
Yeah. I feel like especially this year, I feel like from last year, I feel like I've grown, like even from bowl prep as try to be more of a vocal player, leader, like, like I'm no longer kind of like sitting there for Paris and Luke to say something, or, you know what I mean? I'm trying to help out more. I'm just trying to help us win, pretty much. So yeah, I feel like I do belong.
Thank you, Zen.
Appreciate it.
Thanks, Zen.